Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Makakadash. Double honors to the elders for pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, pushing the word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a news article. This was earlier today from the MarketWatch.com as of February 8th, 2023 at 4:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it reads, the stock market today, Dow Jones ends over negative 200 points, which I believe is 212 points in the negatives category, lower as the Feds, which is the Federal Reserve. It says the Fed speakers say rates needs to remain high. Right, the interest rates. It says follow all the latest U.S. markets action for Wednesday here. And this is a data statistic shows the index performance. Because as you see, the first column, it has the Dow Jones Industrial that went down today, which is 212 points. And the S&P 500 went down as well, and the NASDAQ Composite. And it says a busy lineup of Federal Reserve officials are speaking Wednesday. Don't miss this important story, which was today. It says the stocks ends lower after a busy day of Fed speeches. The U.S. stocks ends lower Wednesday with losses by the technology Latin NASDAQ Composite after investors digest remarks from several Federal Reserve officials. The Dow Jones Industrial Average DJIA negative 0.61%. Finished around negative 200 points lower. Oh, I thought it was 212, so it was 208 points. Oh, okay. Finished around 208 points lower, down 0.6%, while the S&P 500 shed 1.1%, and the NASDAQ Composite sinks 1.7%. It says Federal Governor Christopher Waller said in a speech Wednesday at a agribusiness conference at Arkansas State University, said he's prepared for a longer fight to get inflation down and interest rates needs to remain high for some time. A New York Fed President John Wayne said Wednesday in an interview with the Wall Street Journal that the Fed has more work to do to lower down the inflation to 2%. Fed's Waller prepares for a longer fight against inflation. Fed's Reserve Christopher Waller said he's prepared for a long fight to get inflation down, and said interest rates needs to remain high for some time to make sure intense pricing pressures are eradicated. Inflation remains quite elevated, and so more needs to be done, Waller said in a speech at a agribusiness conference at Arkansas State University. The Feds last week raised a benchmark short rate 1/4% point. Since early 2021, the Feds has jacked up the rates from near zero to a range of 4.5% into 4.75% as part of efforts to tame the high inflation. The central banks is on track. The central banks is on track to raise rates at a couple more times, the chairman Jeremy Powell said recently. If the so-called Fed funds rate could rise to a peak of 5% to 5.25% by May, the rates as borrowing costs for consumer and companies on everything from credit card fees and mortgages to business loans and daily transactions between larger banks. Waller did not say in his speech, but how far he wants the Feds to raise rates. But he said he's a little evident that inflation is falling quickly. So yeah, as you see, they had a little Fed meeting as of today, which is Wednesday, February 8th, 2023. And as you see, I believe for the last couple of days, the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite, they all had good, solid winning streaks for the past couple of days, or close to a week, I believe. But as of today, they had all the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq Composite. They all crashed today, as the Feds had a meeting today of continuing increasing the interest rates. They wanted for it to remain high as the continuing, once again, as a continual trend to decrease or tame to ease the inflation, which the inflation is still kind of increasing even more, even though it's been slowing down a little bit, but it's still raising up at a little bit, because the past couple of months it had a good slight decrease, but now it's starting to creep back up of the inflation increasing once again. So the Federal Reserve, they had a meeting today, so they going to continue their path of try to achieve the tame the inflation while the interest rates remain high still, because that's their main objective, even if it might affect the economy, but they still main objective is trying to ease the inflation, but the interest rates still remain the same and it's going to continue to go high, even more higher. So, so with that, hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying of the news article that I just brought, and adding remarks and notes to this news article that I just spoke of. So with that, hopefully this was edifying. As I mentioned before, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makar double honors to the elders for preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered to the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom.